Good evening and welcome to EvilGinger Miniatures, where, as you can see, I've got the, slowly and jumpily, just hang on a minute, I'm going to have to change a few settings, because the camera is going off at decided to go very slowly. Okay, I'm back properly. Right, welcome to EvilGinger Miniatures. Where, as you can see, I've put some posters up. I've got another poster over there. I'm trying to work out whether it's best to go over the door or up here. It's a nice Japanese poster, which is over here. Unfortunately, the plan was to have the posters on the door behind me and change them. Unfortunately, in my rush to get them and find ones that didn't have anime 11-year-old showing their cleavage, because I went in another world to get them in Leicester the other week. I didn't check whether they were up, down or side to side. The ones I seem to have got were mostly lengthways, like the Star Wars one here and the Japanese one that's over there at the moment, which I will probably put up over the door. I've got to work out where to put it, but basically I want it so it's in camera. But they're not very wargamey, but they are nerdy, and I'm also a nerd. Anyway, sorry for being a little bit late, and I apologise for any strange noises that appear while I'm on the stream. I've got Discord open because I'm never entirely sure I'm going to get back into Discord, and I'm probably going to be joining an online role-playing game when I've got a proper studio set up, just as a sort of a treat to the EvilGinger for actually getting something achieved. The online role-playing game, well, the proper studio is something that's very much still in process. I'm currently having a fight with a window and trying to find some curtains that don't have to hack chunks off in order to get them to fit. I've got some very nice door curtains, which was given to me by a customer, but I don't want to hack the bottoms of them off to reduce them to a very funny little slot-shaped window. Anyway, that's beside the point, but once that's done, I can go out and buy the computer, and then I can move everything around so we can actually operate from there rather than the corner of my bedroom. Could also do with another light in here, but there's no room. There's no flat surface to put anything vaguely light related on without me knocking it off every time I look at it. Anyway, I have been painting, and I have been working on things, and I'm getting back to the point where I'm going to be doing my commissioning again. I apologise for the wait. This is a really crappy knife, but it was the only one I could find. This is the unboxing. This is a random restock type order from North Star. So let's see what we've got in here. Well, actually, I know what should be in here, but you never can tell. What I have got in here, it would appear, is a lot of these things. Now, I'm not a massive fan of these things. I'm less of a massive fan of shredded paper. So I'm now going to have to faff around and find somewhere to put those. And right. I didn't think this one through, did I? But basically, they need to go in a bag. If I've got a bag, these small little bags, because these need to go in my squabble collection. And they're going everywhere. It would be so nice to have the office sorted out. So let's dig everything out. before we do, I have a box which I keep squabbles in, and if it ever gets full to the point where I can't fit any more in, well, they can't fit any more and go in the bin. So I'll put those down out of camera there for the moment. And no, I will not knock them off. I'm going to put them somewhere where I can actually see them, because otherwise I'll be treading on them in the middle of the night. Anyway, having cleared the squabbles out, possibly you can see the stuff in there. Not quite cleared the squabbles out, shall we say. We have these, which are a test order for the North Star plastic spears. Which are 28mm pipe length, so I'm going to have to cut them down for what I want them with, but they are a little bit more delicate than the 28mm, than the 5-forge ones, and they'll do perfectly for replacing the spears on Victrix figures, which are far too delicate. I also got some of these because I'm doing some stuff that will need them. These are team bases for deployed things like machine guns. I have the usual piece of North Star graffiti in multiple languages, some of which I can read. Now, stuck at the bottom of this in a manner which means that the box just fits it, is a box or something. And the box or something is me being naughty, I'm afraid. I don't need it. It's not for commission. It's not for anything. Oh, for crying out loud. There's a person at North Star I need to have a word with. This is what my father called an engineering good fit. It's right at the bottom and it's stuck. Now, I'm going to have to do dissection on this box. What did I do with a knife? See, you get all the entertainment here. This is one. See a man fighting a box and probably winning. Just quality content. Well, that's going down there, and that will be going down there, downstairs into my flat now. I got some of these. I have no idea, because I like Deathfield stuff and I like random sci-fi stuff, and I've half a mind to do these up like the NIDs I used to do in the old days. But there are apparently quite a lot of these on there, and they'll work as enemy for some, for all sorts of things. Let's have a look inside them. That is going to be an interesting experience assembling that, but I'm not doing anything with them until I've got some space downstairs, because I'm still sorting everything out. These may turn up in a 5 parsecs or other adventure. Now, I'm going to have to stuff everything in here because I have very cunningly destroyed the box. I was going to put it all back in. Thank you, North Star. And that's the unboxing. I was going to also mention before I started that there might be some strange noises off, because I've got Discord open in the background and I don't know how to silence it. North Star being, sorry, as that's part of the thing for the online game, and I'm somewhat concerned about getting locked out of it again, because it's rather of a performance to get back in. Other things I need to show you, which probably work better in the light. I've got a light in here. As I say, this is a very temporary setup, and the setup will be improving considerably once we get in the office. And you'll see behind me all of the stock and the collections. These are nearly finished, but these are the Empress Miniatures Marble 1 British. There's just some work to be done on the barrels and the cap badges. These are 1914. And I have no idea what's picking up all the dry brushing like that. Dry brushing was quite heavy on these, but it was deliberate. But it does not look anything like that in person. That's probably a sergeant with that veteran-looking moustache. And also something closer to my day. We were still fighting with the Mark I version of the SA-80 rather than the SLR, are some Empress 1980s British with SLRs. These are also nearly done. I just need to do some highlighting. There's 4 of them, and they will be mentioned and come across in various games. Other than that, everything is going along reasonably well, and I've got Igor around on Saturday to shift an absolute load of rubbish out of the workshop, so I might be able to get the back workshop bench clear, which means I will be able to do some gaming and hopefully film it for on here. But it's all plodding along and coming along and making progress, I hope. It just sometimes seems glacially slow. Also, having the backbench clear means I can start building terrain again. And I've got loads of terrain to build for on commission, and I've got a fair bit I need to do for myself. Not least of which, sorry, Coke. Not least of which is a marketplace with some very nice iForge scenery stalls on it, which I'm really looking forward to painting. It's just that it needs laying out as you do it, and it will take up an awful lot of space when it does that. And as I've got space a lot smaller than the laptop keyboard here most of the time at the moment, which is okay for painting a few individual figures, it's not okay for sort of doing expansive work on. And I really shouldn't let it build up to that level, but it's a thing that happens when you get in a bit low. Or at least it happens to me when I get low. I'm someone who doesn't tidy up when they're ill, and it causes an awful lot of problems, and stuff gets to rot in, just left to rot. Not very pretty, but mental health issues are not pretty or fluffy, and I do wish there was more actual practical help for them, but there isn't. Anyway, I'm largely getting over that and pulling myself back together, because it's the only thing you can do. And whilst I'll be dotting about a bit and going around the place, things are developing. And it's in a forward direction, not backsliding like the last 3, maybe 4 months. So I'm probably going to end it now, because I think 15 minutes of me chanting along and being slightly late to the show are quite enough for everybody. But I hope everybody has a good week, and I will see you next week. There may be a very special pre-recorded one for next week, because I might be doing stuff in the evening on Tuesday next week, but we'll see, and I'll see what I can organise. Take care, everybody, and goodbye.